Let's see. Okay. Okay. I don't know if I'm live. I think I'm live. I think so. Uh, I'm gonna wait for some of you guys to come in. Uh, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night for everyone. I try to have a time zone that, like would suit everybody. So I hope that you guys are, you know, awake during this time. Hi, Greg. Morning. Morning to you. Where are you coming from, Greg? And where are you guys coming from for people that are here? Yeah. Um, so something funny enough, just before this live, I think it was actually a pretty rocky live because just 5 minutes before, uh, my camera just broke down. So I had to take my iPhone and to make it a webcam. And then now, like, I hope this gonna work. I hope you are hearing me. And yeah, that, the live is gonna be good without any problems. So yeah, I hope that everything is gonna be fine. Uh, oh, from Mississippi. Cool. Santa Barbara, California. Wow, so cool. Good morning. Good morning, guys. You from Canada. Oh, so nice. And Marv, France, les best. uh, yeah, Italy. So great. So nice. Yes, this is Ask Me Anything. So you can ask me anything for this live. I came back from IBC Amsterdam, and there was a lot of things going in IBC that was lovely. So yeah, I think we have some stuff to discuss, and also if you have some questions about color grading, I have a project that is next to me, and we can see it together, guys. Austria, so great. You from Kuwait, Saleh? So great too. Wow, so nice. Yeah, so just let me know if you have any questions, guys, and if you want me to help you in anything, in understanding anything in color grading, I would love to help you in that. Um, Hafaz, big what? Oh yeah. You're a big fan. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. That's really lovely of you. Yeah. Yeah. And also, I wanted to ask you guys, did you watch my last video about cleaning your macro color panel? Because I just find that I didn't find any videos on YouTube that were talking about cleaning the micro color panel by dismantling the micro color panel and cleaning inside. Uh, and actually, a lot of you guys on IBC told me that you didn't know that you could open the micro color panel and clean it inside. So yeah, I hope that it helped. Uh, yeah, did you watch it? Did you have anything to say about it? Um, I'm just gonna answer. I see some questions before. Um, Carrie, help! I have a lot of footage that was shot with the Blackmagic iPhone app. The color space is Rec 7, no, Rec 2020, and the codec is H.265 to try to conserve the space on the phone. Now I can't make it look decent. So, Carrie, did you try to color manage it? So, because when you have iPhone footage that was actually in a Rec 2020 color space, um, it it really depends on how you map it in DaVinci Resolve. Did you map it from a Rec 2020 to a like a log state, or did you map it to from Rec 2020 to DaVinci Gamut and then export in Rec 79 color space. Please let me know a bit more about this. And also, is the footage workable in terms of is there like the highlights are not clipped and the cinematography is still pretty decent. Just let me know about this so then I can understand a tiny bit more what's going on in the footage. Uh, Alphas, is this possible to create a high quality LUT in DaVinci Resolve? It is possible. I mean, so it really depends on what is the definition of high quality LUT. It can be a high quality LUT. The definition can be you have more points in your matrix, so that means that it's a high quality LUT. So you can actually export in DaVinci Resolve a 17-point LUT, a 33-point LUT, and a 65-point LUT. I can show you actually. Let me just switch to my to my screen. Yes, so I think you are guys using my screen right now. I guess so. Let me just try to find you guys. So I think, are you seeing my screen, guys? Yes. Okay. So if, for example, you want to export a lot out of your DaVinci Resolve, it's super simple. You do your look, so you can see my look over here. You can right click, generate a LUT, and you have different point cubes for the LUT. So you have 17 point, you have 33 point, and you have 65 point. So when we say high quality LUT, it depends on the definition. You can say, okay, it's a high quality LUT because there is more points in my matrix, which is the 65-point cube. In this way, then this is possible to export a LUT, a high quality LUT from DaVinci Resolve. But you can maybe say that, okay, I want a high quality LUT, and high quality LUT means a very beautiful look, right? So if, for example, you need a very beautiful look out of DaVinci Resolve, then yes, DaVinci Resolve can export that for you. What really matters then is your ability to build a LUT, because then a LUT is a special it's a special export, it's a special file, it's a matrix, so you can't really use everything that is selective in the footage. So, for example, if I want to make this LUT, if I've done a vignette, you can see over here, I won't be able to translate this vignette in my LUT because my matrix won't be complex enough to actually integrate the vignette inside. And so then everything that is selective in terms of image and part of the image, you can't integrate it in the LUT. So that is why when I recommend people to make LUTs, the LUTs need to be from the global tools in DaVinci Resolve. So then you can use, technically, when you are making a LUT, you can use color wheels. You can use all these tools with temperature, tint, etc., etc. You can also use, if you want, the HDR wheels. It works, but just be mindful with it because it can create some breakage in your LUT. And also you can use the RGB mixer and also some color wrapper techniques, but the color wrapper is still in a selective tool, so it won't translate very well. It will translate a bit, but it won't translate very well in your LUT. So just be mindful with all these tools, and of course you can use the curves and you can use the different channel of red, green, and blue. It works pretty well in it. So let's come back to the question from Carrie. Let's see, Carrie, you went from DWG then to Rec 709. Okay, so if, for example, you have a weird conversion out of your Rec 2020 and your Rec 2020 to, for example, your DWG, because then, like, I think you have then a funky image. I would suggest to just try to investigate in your color space. So let's say this image is not at all from an iPhone that also like got used with the Blackmagic app per se, but we can just explore together. So this footage is an ARRI wide gamut, but I'm just gonna put for you maybe the right codec for you to remap it very well. So let's say we have an iPhone footage that is out of the camera that was shot in Rec 2020. So technically, it's kind of like an HDR output. So for the input color space, then I would go and choose the Rec 2020. And I'm sure you've done this also, Carrie. But in the input gamma, what I can go and explore would be the nits. So because the normally, if I understand the problem correctly, your iPhone shot in an HDR way. So then we need to remap the HDR and bring it to a DaVinci wide gamut. So I don't really know the specs of your footage, but you should explore with the ST 2084 and the different nits, because then like it will maybe map your iPhone footage better than what you mapped before, and then it will ease your process and your color grading after. So then it will be something like, okay, input color space Rec 2020, input gamma ST 2084, depend the needs that you need. Going output color space DaVinci wide gamut, output gamma DaVinci wide gamut, and then you need to put an out color space. So output color space transform would be input color space DaVinci wide gamut, input gamma DaVinci wide gamut, and output color space Rec 709, output gamma 2.4. Yes. So try this method. Maybe it will work better, because it seems that it's a problem with with the, how you call that? Yeah, it seems that it's a problem with the HDR, I would say, from the iPhone. Okay. What else? What do you think about the new micro panel trackballs and rings? I like it. Actually, I find that, of course, it's tinier, so you can see. I think I'm just gonna show you at the camera. And I don't have a Stream Deck, so I'm just gonna do yeah, like that. Ah, perfect. So you can see at the camera that the trackballs and the rings are tiny and tinier than the mini panel and the old micro panel. And this is actually to save some space in the panel, because technically, like we want to have something that is portable, because the main reason that we changed the micro panel to the micro color panel was to be able also to grade with an iPad. So it needs to be portable. And for me, it works super well. I like, the rings. I find that it's super, like, I find that it's great. I don't have latency. And the trackballs are for me good. I heard that for people that have bigger hands, for example, or like just like another that could be another morphology, another body shape than me, then it could be a bit annoying, because sometimes, like when they are color grading, they would pass on the trackballs, or they wouldn't fit. I mean, like they wouldn't feel the ball on their hand, because their hand are maybe too big, and so then it is not so great for them in terms of experience. But I find that for me it works pretty well because also I have tiny hands. So yeah, I would just suggest if you have the chance to um, try panels before buying them, it's great. So yeah, I would suggest that maybe you can go to a showroom, not a showroom, but if there's a special shop around your town, maybe you can go there and try to feel, the panel and etc. etc. Because then it's easier to decide what fits the best your workflow and I mean not your workflow but your habits of work. Um, Ronak, when I export projects, colors always get changed. It becomes more brighter and decrease the color intensity, but in the timeline it looks perfect. Um, that's that's actually so, Ronak. This is actually a problem, and I would think that this is the problem of the gamma shift out of your computer. So I think you have, and you might have, Mac, maybe. So this is the problem that we face with Mac. So Mac have a different way of converting their gamma. Instead of converting their gamma to 2.2 like normal computers, they are converting the gamma to 1.96. So that's why like it feels brighter, it feels more lifted, you have less contrast and you have less saturation. So technically, there is no real solution to avoid this compensation. I mean, to avoid this problem with Apple. So my best suggestion is that if, for example, you are a colorist and you are delivering a job, so delivering a job to the VFX teams, please put Gamma 2.4 or please put Gamma 2.2 because if you are using the Rec 709A from DaVinci Resolve, that is a Rec 709 that is specially made for this problem, it will create maybe some problems after in the VFX. So I would suggest to always deliver in a Gamma 2.4 or Gamma 2.2. Gamma 2.2 is good for web delivery. So for example, if also you are doing some content creation or you are a YouTuber, I would also suggest to always deliver in Gamma 2.2 instead of using the Gamma, no, not the Gamma, but the Rec 709A color space, because I also fear that you're gonna have some problems after in some other devices. This is a very long topic because it's a dedicated video about that. I've made a video on the Rec 709 and why you shouldn't use the Rec 709 as a color space, because it is not so great and it creates quite a lot of problems down the line. So yeah, my advice, like what you have to take out from what I say, is that deliver in Gamma 2.4 or Gamma 2.2, you won't have any problem. The gamma shift that you can see that are brighter image and a lifted contrast, this is completely normal, and unfortunately you have to live with this. And I would suggest that if you can have a color grading monitor to check your work instead of watching your work on an Apple display, then it's better, and you be more reassured of what you are exporting. Let me see the questions. Visual Banana, how did you become a colorist? How did you build up your portfolio in the beginning? Was it by doing some free work at first? Do you have any tips to share? So that's a very interesting question, actually. Very interesting, because I started my work of course, I started as a post-production assistant. I was full-time in a company, and I learned there editing, color grading, and VFX. So by having the capacity to edit, to color grade, and to do some VFX, when I put myself as a freelancer to just find color grading jobs, what I've done first is to package some of my skills. So, for example, instead of marketing myself only as a colorist and having just betting on a production house to be confident to give me their work, even if I didn't have the showreel, what I did is that I sold my service as either a one post-production. So that means that they bring their project and I do the editing, the color grading, and the post-production, the online with the VFX, the compositing, etc., etc. Or I can package two skills, like the editing and the color grading, or the color grading and the VFX, and it brings more reason to the production house to hire me, even though I don't have the showreel, because then you can create a price, a package price for it. So this is the first thing. So if you have other skills in the post-production, please package it, because having this package, you're gonna learn how to handle clients, because you're gonna have to do the grading session anyway. And also you can learn a bit more how to handle clients, like with the editing sessions, the color grading session, and the VFX session. And also it will help you to create and to build your portfolio, because then you're gonna have footage where you've been the colorist in it. They don't need to, like, people don't need to know that you were also the editor or you were also the VFX artist on it. If you color graded the piece, you've been the colorist, right? So then it build up your portfolio as a colorist, and also you are making yourself a bit standing out from the crowd, because, and this is what I also advise people to not do, when you are beginning in color grading, there are a lot of showreel that are using artlist footage. And you can see, when you are used to it, you can see an artlist footage, you can recognize an artlist footage. And now the production houses can also recognize artlist footage. So having artlist footage in your portfolio don't really make you stand out, because then people would just come to the principle that you are a beginner. Whereas if you did some real jobs and you graded these jobs, then it brings a bit more weight on the scale, and so then people will have more ease to actually give you some work. Yeah, even if if you don't have a lot of videos in your portfolio. So this is like my biggest advice. And if, for example, you only competent in color grading, then I would suggest to try to find some friends to shoot some footage, make some specs work, where you can actually show your skills as a colorist, and build a portfolio that is not with Artlist. And I think it's also good if, for example, there are some people that are looking for free color grading for their short film. I think this is also great to do it, because it brings you some experience in terms of handling the request of people, and also it brings you some portfolio. So I think there's few ways to do it. I'm just gonna synthesize everything I say, because sometimes like I'm rambling and I'm just going to things like that. But first, if you have skills in the post-production realm, then package your skills, because then you can build a portfolio quickly. Second, if you don't have skills in the post-production field and you only have skills in color grading, then just try to find some friends that want to create some spec work and that want to shoot footage that should like that look nice and stuff like that. Or third, to build your portfolio, then just find some short films that want to have some yeah that want to have a colorist on it. So maybe you're gonna have to do free job, like free work, or you're gonna have a token. It's not gonna be it's not gonna be tremendous, but if you do a great image, then you have a great portfolio. Right. Okay, so let's see. I spend days to recreate film look LUT in DaVinci, but I can't recreate the LUT using DaVinci native tools. It breaks my footage, so I tested many charts how you create your LUTs. Which tool you recommend? The RGB mixer won't break my footage, but the hue curves breaks my footage. I want to learn that so badly. Can you help me? So Alphas, to create LUTs, it's like creating looks. The simpler you are, the best it is, actually. So what you want to try to avoid is to use tools that actually would make your image break. And I'm just going to show you really quickly on my computer. Yeah. So let's see. Okay, so I have a bit of things up here. Okay, perfect. Let me just have the chat at the same time so then I can see what you say, guys. But okay, let's say you want to make a LUT, and I'm just gonna reset everything. You want to make a LUT. My first thing I would do to make a LUT is focusing on, as I said, my primary is color wheels, but also my RGB mixer, because as you said, this won't break because these tools are so global and are so general that it's going to be very hard to break your LUT. So I would focus on these first. Let's say, for example, you are going to hue versus hue. If I say, okay, I want to change your skin to something like maybe completely, let's say, completely crazy, to something, a bit purplish, let's say, and then have some break. So I'm gonna have some breakage in my image, right? Because I went so far with the hue. It's kind of the same principle when you are moving hues in a LUT. You have to be very conservative when this happens. So I'm just gonna show you with the color wrapper, because with the color wrapper it's even more significant. So let's say, right, I have my color wrapper over here, and I want to move her skin. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go to the skin tone line like that. And if I move from here to here, I won't have a lot of breakage, right? But if I move my hue over this line, I'm going to have a lot of breakage. So here I can see it quite clearly, because then I will have a very harsh transition between her skin that is magenta and the skin vector that was taking the orange, right? Then when you are doing LUTs, if you are moving some colors, it will need to stay within this slice of pizza. And this is very difficult, right? So I would suggest to, when you are doing LUTs, and of course, like, you want to do film LUTs, etc., etc. If you are trying to recreate some film emulation, try to be mindful with the colors, because the colors can break really fast if you are moving the vector of color over, for example, your slice of pizza like that. So I would suggest, just be general, be very general. If it's a lot that you are creating for example, a camera lot for a shoot, then yeah, just be super general. If, for example, it's a lot that you are creating for your own, like your creative arsenal, just, you know, you can move the hues, but by moving your hues, just be mindful because then if you are aware that this hue is breaking at some moment, then you will have to test on few footage and see if that works on your entire project, because that's the problem, right? If you have a lot that is breaking sometimes, it can work super well on some footage, but there's some other footage is going to create a lot of problems. And the issue is that because now you have a lot and you are using this lot as a base, then it's going to be difficult after to solve that. So I would just always suggest when you do a lot, stay very general, and it would be great. When I do my LUTs, I would always use, for example, the curves if I want to make some effects, and I would just try to, you know, make my curves, you know, interesting, and try, you know, some looks with my curves by not having the red, green, and blue linked. So then I can have something that is happening that is also organic and very general. Okay. Um, so Pravin, hi Frenchie, I'm currently working on a hotel spec ad and I'm struggling to create a nice commercial grade. What do you think separates a good commercial grade to other grades like film? Um, it depends actually. I think what is the real difference between film and commercial grade is that commercial grades are done with a client. And film, most of the time, are done like entirely when the director has, like, I mean, it's not that the director has the full power over the image, but the director has more power over the image than, for example, in commercial. So this is actually the real difference between a commercial grade and a film grade, because if you think of it, I had a lot of commercial grade where I needed to do a sort of a filmic look or cinematic look. Um, what I can still feel that is the real difference, though, is that the commercial grade will always be centered around the product, and we only serve the product. So that means that if, for example, you have a frame where there is the product, everything needs to be identifiable. So let's say, like, you have the product, you have an image where you know, the product is in a room and it's not the focus of the attention. I mean, it's not the focus of the attention. You have a talent doing something else around there. You need to have the image bright enough to actually identify all the elements in the frame, and to have a sort of you know, subliminal message where, like, your brain can recognize the product even though it's in the background, and even though, you know, like, it's not the focus of the attention. So that's why the commercial grading tend to be a bit brighter, because you always need to identify everything in the frame. So yeah, I would say, like, for your spec ad, just try to be clean. So a color grading that is clean and that is showing, you know, everything in the hotel, that are, you know, like the rooms, and making the rooms bright at the same time with taste. You know, like, it's good, I think, for a hotel spec ad to have, you know, some emphasis on the texture. So for example, like, you are shooting a room, um like making the different texture combine. So let's say like you have the bed, how you call that, the bed linen, the oh sorry, not the bed linen, the bed sheet. So the bed sheets, and also the difference between, I don't know, if you have a carpet floor, then like it's cool to have like the different elements that are differentiated in the frame, where like your eye can really recognize the two elements. If you have interesting texture, on the walls, or on the furniture, I think this is great to try to boost it up. So with this, you can use the texture pop tool. So let's say like I have this image. I want to make this image a tiny bit sharper. I can go to texture pop like this. I can drop it, and in texture pop I will always use the advanced tool. And so also to just have a visual on what I do, I go to my highlight mode and to the AB mode. And you can see that, okay, when I move my details, I move my frequencies in my image, and I recreate a sort of frequency. So if I go positively, then it's going to be sharper. If I go negatively, it's going to be softer. So you can play with this tool. And let's say what I really like is sometimes putting small and medium texture, and you're going to see it creates something that is a bit sharper in terms of image. So maybe you can see, so let's say this is before, right, and this is after, and so you can see all this reflection of light that is way more prominent with the texture tool. And I think it's great to explore for something that is hotel ad. um After, I have a question. Hi, Turiel. How you how you been? Let me see. Let me see. Where are we? Okay, Ozzy. My question is: have you color corrected iPhone made commercial or film? iPhone made commercial or films? Ozzy, I never had. To be really dead honest with you, I never had footage from iPhone that were a destination of commercials. So on this one, I can't really answer you. I only had iPhone footage for example, like for testing the Apple log. But that was all technically. Yeah, iPhone footage, I didn't really receive any of them. So yeah, that's my answer on this. Uh, Rafa, what is the color? I mean, you know better than me. You are a colorist. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Uh, okay, visual banana. Another question. When you are pre and post group grading, how do you create a different version for the client to review? Since it's not like clip level. So it depends. I would say what I do most of the time, and you're gonna tell me that it's not an efficient way of doing things. I don't know why. I don't really like to create versions of grading. What I like, and maybe you're gonna be like, okay, Chloe, this is honestly not an efficient way, but I like to create stills. So what I'm going to do is that, I'm going to have a still gallery where I'm going to be like, okay, this is option one look like this. And I'm going to just take my still in the post, for example, post clip group, because what I want to do is that if I'm in a group clip, I prefer to put my look at the post clip group, because then it will apply to all my group, and I can just change some few things in my look for my option one and my option two. But I would still need actually to have my still gallery, and then put back my still gallery. So I'm aware that is not efficient. I am aware of that. You can do it with grading versions normally, I think, but it works for me. So if you want to copy me and not be efficient together, then so be it. um, okay, let's check some other questions. You worked in Rec 709 for a long time. What bothered you most when you switched to working in DaVinci Gamut? What bothered me most? Um, DaVinci Gamut is a very great color space, and I use it almost in all my color grading. DaVinci Gamut though has a limit, and this limit is actually that for some VFX, I mean, so for some VFX projects, for some projects, it is not so convenient to be in a DaVinci Gamut. Why? It's because for the VFX teams, they won't have in their software, which are maybe Nuke, Flame, um, what else, Blender, etc., etc. They won't have DaVinci Gamut as a color space. They would have other color space that are in this. And so, for example, if you have to work with a VFX team for CGIs, DaVinci Gamut is not so convenient, I would say, as a color space, because then it would confuse the teams, the VFX teams, more than it would help the VFX teams in their workflow. So then I would, when it's the case, then I would use ACES most of the time for that. Or what I would use is maybe a sRGB color space, something like this. But I would say ACES is my favorite, and this is only from the VFX post requirements. So it's not me that choose the color space when it's like that, like when you have CGIs. It's more choosing the color space that is working the best for the VFX team, because they're gonna have way more work than me after I color grade. So then that's why like it's important. So this is the only limit I can find to DaVinci Gamut, is the fact that actually it's not yet VFX, I mean, online standard, in the sense of like the VFX teams don't have a DaVinci Gamut mapping possible in other softwares. Um, Chi, how are you? How you doing? Yeah, Patat is great. Patat is having fun, and she's pretty healthy. She's, growing up, but horizontally. So right now I'm just like lowering her fruit intake. Um, After Facundo, what is the best color calibrator? Spider Pro is useful. I don't really know about Spider Pro. I think that Spider Pro is more for photography. This is like what I heard about it. I don't know for color grading, but I would suggest you can go towards Kalman calibrators. They are really good. And if it's too expensive for you, then I think the calibrators are still okay, and it's pretty decent. Um, where I am, I'm super lost. There's so many messages, guys. Oh my God, I need a moderator, I think. Um, After, I'm trying to find some questions. Getting small, some high quality this year can be. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, 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 no. Okay, okay. Okay, Pravin, what are the steps I could elevate? What are steps? Sorry. Okay, sorry. I I needed to check your comment before. What are steps I could elevate or give that chef's kiss to my grade? What are the steps? That's a very large question, actually. So let's see. It really depend. It really depend on your image. What I would suggest to you is actually get interested a bit more on color theory, because I find that for me, color theory helped me a lot to develop my colorist eye. So I had a conversation just recently with some people about this actually. Um, what we were talking about is that color grading is actually a very weird, a very weird thing. Like it's a very weird artistry because you have a lot of technical knowledge that are involved because of course like you need to protect the image and you need to be mindful of how your image is going to behave on other screens, etc., etc. But at the same time, you have a big creative part in it because, of course, technique is a thing, but it doesn't mean that if, for example, you are very technical in your grade, that doesn't mean that your grade look good, right? So for me to have the the chef kiss, sorry, I think it is good to get interested in color theory. And so by color theory, I'm more about not really color psychology first, because color psychology can be really subjective and also can be quite overwhelming because there are so many meaning to colors. But I would suggest, color theory in for example, memory color, or the 60-30-10 rule. Things like how to recognize what is a good image and what is a bad image. Because I find that my issue that I find also on YouTube is that we are very technical on YouTube, in the sense of like there's a lot of tutorials about DaVinci Resolve and how to use DaVinci Resolve tools. And this is completely fine because I'm participating in it. But there is not really a lot of resources on YouTube that teach you how to grade with memory colors, how to grade with the 60-30-10 rule, how to recognize what is the things to fix in your image when you have an image coming to you. So I think it's good to just get a bit more acquainted to it. So yeah, and this is also something that I'm preparing with my masterclass. So I'm preparing a masterclass right now for people that want to go from pro bono job to a pro colorist work. So then like you go from a job where you are paid a token or where you are doing a job for free to a pro colorist position where you have at least jobs that are paying you well. And so for that, I think, studying color theory is super important because this is what is making you stand out from everyone. Because this is something that is a bit scary, I would say, for your ego, because at first you're going to be bad at it, but more and more you do it, you're going to be, amazing. So yes, so I'm preparing a full breakdown on color theory in my masterclass, and so yeah, stay tuned. I'm still redoing some videos because, just like for disclaimer, guys, I was editing some of my videos for the masterclass, and I just realized that there are some subjects that are not clear enough for me, and so then I think I need to reshoot some videos and to re-edit again, because I want to deliver something that is a real quality to you and not something that I just want to release because I need to release it for a certain date. Yeah. Um, Question about projects processing time. For standard good colorists, how many time it takes to grade a commercial project? Okay, so Marv, for a commercial project, this is 1 day, just 1 day. So 1 day, it's only taking in consideration the grading session. Of course, you're going to receive the file maybe the day before. Most of the time is the day before. Sometimes I receive the file the morning during the grading session. And so then like you will need to conform the day before and maybe prepare your options for the director the day before. If not, if you receive everything the D-Day, then like you will have to do conforming plus, finding a look with the director during the same day. But yes, a commercial project would be 1 day. So yeah, it's it's quite fast. I assume it's quite fast. But don't worry. At first also I was very surprised when I started color grading that commercial color grading was only 1 day. But after you really understand because the project needs to be fast and they need to release fast. So then that's why it's only 1 day. Um, Hi Noir, how are you, man? It's been since Amsterdam. I hope you came back safe and sound. Alphas, I tested your free LUT Flanagan fog. It had a problem. It break my most of my on most of my footage. You don't want to fix that. I just want to let you know. Yes, and this is okay, I would say. I saw that the Flanagan fog had a bit of issue, in the breakage. So I'm doing some updates soon on it, and I will send over to people that actually downloaded the lot. Um, do you show the same energy when the client is beside you? Yes, I have to. I have to because it's great to work with someone that is always energetic, that smile, and that's always positive. And it's good, to have this energy because also when you are a colorist, you are someone that is selling the look. So if, for example, you are working and you are not talking to the client at all, it's going to be very hard for you to sell the look. So then I think it's good to actually, be positive, be nice, and have good vibes, even if the client is not having a real good day. It's fine, because this is professional. But at least like you are. It's great when you are the sun in the room. Yeah. Um. No, no, no. No, 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 no. 1 day two. Love your Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mario. You love the commercial lads. Thank you. Thank you very much. Any advice on getting new clients? Okay. So, Gerald, you want to get new clients. I I don't know. I assume that you are a colorist already. So there's two ways to have new clients because it depends on your position. So if, for example, you are a new colorist, a very beginner colorist, then I would suggest, like I've said previously in the live, if you have multiple skills, you can package the skills in the post-production, and then like you can build your portfolio thanks to packaging the skills. So then it will bring you new clients. For colorists that are already installed in the industry, I would suggest to think of putting yourself out there a bit more. Why I say that? It's because I actually noticed that a lot of my colleagues were not really using social media that well, I would say, for putting themselves out there. And putting yourself out there is of course, like putting your work on Instagram, putting your work on Vimeo or Vimeo, something like this. Yeah, putting your work on Vimeo. I never knew how it was pronounced, but Vimeo. And like you can do this. The problem now is that it is kind of democratized, and a lot of people are doing the same thing. So now, like, you have to try to find new ways to stand out. And I would suggest to first of all, maybe to find new work, go on LinkedIn. I just recently started to post on LinkedIn, and I think it's pretty good actually, because all the marketing agencies are on LinkedIn, and it's pretty convenient because people can find you just like by your name and your position. So for example, if you put your name as a colorist, I mean, like your status as a colorist, then like they can maybe find your profile, not knowing you technically. So it's good, I would say. So try to post on LinkedIn, because now I would say that Instagram is very cluttered, and LinkedIn is maybe an exit to this, where you can tackle certain kind of clients in it if you want to do commercial grading. Um, and I would also suggest to, if, for example, you want to do Instagram, to try to make other content on Instagram, maybe more behind the scenes, or more, like breakdown of grades or anything like this, because the problem that we have on Instagram now is that if you only post still images, it doesn't really stand out from the crowd, because everyone is doing this. So try to find a way that it works for you, and also that maybe people would notice. And I suggest you to do this, not because you're gonna get some work out of your behind the scenes videos. It's more because as you are putting yourself out there a bit more, and people are knowing your face, then it is easier to land some jobs. Because if, for example, a production house put your name in the pot for a grading job, then the client would be more likely to give you the job, because if they know you as a person without meeting you, because technically, like, they never met you, but if they know you because you've made some videos about like your behind the scenes, and you have a sparkly personality, then you will have more chance to be taken on the job. Yeah. um Visual Banana, when will your masterclass be available online? I'm interested. Oh, so cool. Thank you. I think it's gonna be, yeah, I don't know. I don't know actually, because like, okay, I'm gonna tell you what happened. I was aiming to release, maybe I'm just gonna put back my face next, yeah, my face just in front of you guys, because we are not on DaVinci Resolve for the moment, but I was trying to target for September. We are way into September, and I'm editing my videos for the masterclass, and I think that it's gonna be a bit later, so either October or November, but it's because I realized that there are some videos about subjects that are not clear enough, and I want to reshoot them, and just like to make them a bit clearer, because as I said, I don't want to give you something that is alpha. Sorry, I was about to say something, but yeah, sorry. Alpha's done, I don't want to do that. So that's why I want to just like release something that I'm proud of, and that I want to show you and share with you guys. Um, Marv, can't wait to be in Capsus to improve my skills and start my pro colors journey. Oh yeah, so guys, for French people that are here in the live, I'm doing a masterclass in Capsus production. Capsus production is look like a studio that is in the south of France. And we are doing 5 days of intensive color grading beginning of December. So I'm only taking maximum 12 people because we need to, I'm gonna make you the class for the certification for DaVinci Resolve on the color page. And after we're going to do some workshops. So we're going to do a look development workshop together. And we're going to do a look, not a look development, but the workshop for color grading commercials. So we're going to tackle beauty commercials. We're going to tackle car commercials. We're going to tackle, I think I put lifestyle commercials. So we're going to tackle a lot of subjects. So if you're French, because it's all in French, I'm sorry guys for my international audience. If you are French and you have nothing to do between the 8th of December and the 12th of December, please come down because it's going to be super cool and we're going to hang out and it's going to be great. Yes. So yeah, if you want more info on this masterclass, I can give you the masterclass, which is Capsus Masterclass. I'll give you the website, and you can contact Capsus if you want to have your seat in this masterclass. So I'm coming, guys, coming. Up. And this is me. And if you are interested to see me on a masterclass, here we are. So I put the link in the chat, and you can check if you are interested to learn a bit more on color grading, and also for me to teach you, how to color grade a commercial and how to do some look development. Théo, tu étalonnes sur quel écran? So, Théo asked in French, which screen do you use to grade? And so, right now, so this my situation right now is very peculiar. So it's very particular and would solve itself, I think, around beginning of 2026. But for the moment, I am at my parents'. If you saw my video about, I'm 30 and I moved at my parents', I explained everything in it. But to be short, I was living in Asia before, and now I'm transitioning to live in Europe. So I put all my stuff in my parents' place. So before I had an Asus ProArt PA32 UCX-PK, sorry. And this monitor was great. I really loved grading on this monitor, and it was very cheap. So I recommend it if you want to spend $2,000. But I think that now Asus released a better monitor, which is the PA32 UCDM. If you want to spend $2,000 in a monitor, the UCDM is better than the UCX-PK, in my own opinion. And now I have a BenQ. I don't remember the series of this BenQ, but this BenQ is I think something like PD32 something. And yeah, for the moment it works. It works well for all the jobs I need to do. I know how this monitor is working because this monitor was already at my parents' when I was coming back for holidays at my parents. So then I could take jobs when I was on holidays at them. So I know this monitor by heart, but I wouldn't suggest, now that you have so many other choices on the market, I wouldn't suggest now to buy it because you have some other choices, other products that are a bit more interesting for color grading than this one, because this one I bought it very early on. I think that's been 5 years that I have this screen, still working pretty well, but like it's now we have more accessible products for color grading monitors. So I would suggest, yeah, go towards something. If you don't want to put a lot of money in a grading monitor, the Asus PA32 UCDM is a good bet. Otherwise, go for an ASO CG. So I had before an ASO that was CG279, something like this. It's really good. Or you can oriented yourself to Flender Scientific, but is way more expensive. Yeah. Um, Shipwreck. Oh, thank you. I'm cute. Ah, thank you very much. Which one do you recommend, the ASO or the Asus P32 UCDM? My budget is a bit tight. So the ASO CG 2700X, I think I never check it. So I think what is the most important actually in a screen, and this is what I always suggest, just make sure, and normally ASO, there's not going to be any problem with it. It's just that because I don't really know this model, I don't want to tell you like, oh yeah, it's better, this kind of stuff. But I would suggest just go and check the specs and compare the specs between this ASO and this PA32 UCDM. For the Asus PA32 UCDM, I touched it. I had the chance to play with it during NAB, and honestly, it's a very great monitor. I really like it, and so I think as a grading monitor for a tight budget, it is lovely. So it really depends. What I would say that is the most important for your ASO is to check that it's 100% Rec 709 and at least 99% DCI P3. That would be good. Check also, like the nits, how many nits it can go to, and yeah, I think that's the most important, and also the delta. Just check the delta between this ASO and the Asus, but I'm not really worried about the ASO monitor. You should be okay, even if, for example, it's maybe a bit more expensive than the Asus. You should be fine with the ASO anyway. Um, do you ever finish a grade and think, yeah, looks great, only to come back an hour later and that looks horrible? It happens. It happens. I think it happens only like when you are focused a bit too much on one still, I would say. So you're gonna grade your footage and you're gonna be just focused on one still, like one frame, and your frame's going to look great, but then like you step out and you come back and you're going to be like, what is happening? So I would suggest to always like do your grade and extend your grade on some of the shots on the timeline to also see the behavior of your grade, and sometimes realize that in another context that maybe actually this grade is a bit too much, for example. And yeah, I would suggest also to always have some breaks, because this happened to me quite a lot at the beginning. I was like thinking that I was doing such a great grade, but after, when I was coming back from my break, I was like, what the hell did I do? So I would suggest to do some regular breaks if you can, and during these breaks, try to go outside and touch grass, touch grass, and don't be such a geek. uh, this is what I suggest. So try to, with your eye, look at the horizon for your eye to reset. But I'm not a great example on this. I'll be very honest with you guys. I don't do a lot of breaks, and I should do more breaks. So on this, take the advice. Don't do what I do. Uh, and also, I would say that by growing into this artistry, you're gonna start to train your brain to not be sometimes tricked by your eyes. So technically, like it's maybe the invert. You're gonna train your eye to not be tricked by your brain because you start to do crazy grades because your brain gets used to the image. And I think navigating between different images is not resetting your eye in any way, but it's more like avoiding your brain to be used to the grade. And so then it's easier for you to recognize like when you are going too far or not. So uh, first take some breaks, it's very good, and taking some sun, it's good because otherwise you're going to be like me and deficient in vitamin D. And you can try to switch between a few shots to see how your grade is behaving, and also to not allow your brain to get used to your grade. Yeah. um what else? Frenchy is right. There is no video or channel about film aesthetics, how to achieve it, how to decide what's correct enough. I guess it's still something you can learn as post-production facility. Yes, yes, exactly. Yeah, Rafa, go touch grass. Go touch grass. It's very important because otherwise you're gonna be a geek like me. Yeah, see, I'm just staying within these four walls and I'm happy, but deficient in vitamin D. And now I have to take some supplements. Otherwise, I'm not feeling good. Perfect. So, yeah, go touch grass. It's good. Um, Color, what is grass? Yes, yes, what is grass? I don't know. I don't know, I live in Spain. There's only sand and ground here. Yes, sorry, it's so dry right now. Yeah. Brain auto white balance, color seeing. Yes. Don't trust your brain. Yes, that's also a very good point, Theo. You can also refer yourself to the vector scope to check if your grade is within limits, I would say. So then, yeah, just check the scopes if you are not sure. But I would suggest to always, refresh your eyes if you can. Yeah. We're all geeks telling people not to be geeks. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Actually, guys, you like me. You didn't come out today. Yeah. So I surprised myself today that I haven't come out from my house and I stayed within these four walls during the whole day. But I'm happy. I trust me, I'm happy. You can see me as I'm happy. Yeah, yeah, it's a problem. I love color grading too much, I think. Yeah. Visual banana. For a colorist, is it necessary to study color, math, science? Every time I try to learn it, it just makes me want to fall asleep. Okay, so visual banana, there is, of course, I think it's very important to study color science if you are a colorist that is freelancing. So, because as you are freelancing, you are your own entity. And so then it's very important to know how to protect your image and how to deliver your image correctly. After, I would suggest that it's only a part of color science that you can learn to become a good colorist for freelance work. So I would suggest learn color science that is important in, for example, mapping colors. So, just training yourself to recognize, okay, I have a log footage. I need to export it in like I need to deliver it in Rec 709, in Rec 2020, and in P3 DCI. Then what is my workflow to put in place for it to be efficient, and for it to not create some problems when I'm going to broadcast these exports on the other screens or projectors. So this is the part of color science that is very important. I would suggest delivery, and also the part to avoid any image breakage. So everything that is about look development, color science in look development, or color science that is, protecting your image with different color spaces, because this is also thanks to color science that we are free. I mean, we are making the choice of the color space we want to work with. So having this knowledge will really help you and really help your uh, professional craft for that. Otherwise, everything else that is about color science, you don't really need to know it, because then it would be maybe overkill. There's like a lot of things in color science that are overkill and that most of colorists don't really need. So I would suggest just like try to identify what is important for your clientele, and then just learn these things for you to be really robust for your image and for your clientele. Um, I think you're good if you understand how 3D spaces behave for the most part. So you understand the nature of your tool set and why stuff. Yeah, exactly. So Rafa has a very good answer on this. It's good to know what's happening behind your tools, because then you are a bit more aware of what you are doing in your grade. And also, like it's good also to understand the 3D space in color grading, because then you have a bit more visualization on that. Yeah. How do I find the work? So how you find work? If you so I've tackled this at the beginning of the live, but I'm just going to say it really quickly. If you're a beginner colorist, if you have any skills in the post-production, which is editing, color grading, and VFX, you can package all three, or you can package both of them, so editing and color grading, or color grading and VFX. And you can have some work with some production, because for production, there's less risk to hire someone that would package multiple skills than just color grading if you don't have the portfolio to support the color grading. And also by doing this, you can build your own portfolio for color grading. And for example, if you don't have any other skills in the post-production, you can just ask for some friends to see if you can grade their spec work, or some work that they want to put out there. Or if, for example, you find other people that are doing some short films, I think this is a good exercise to build your portfolio and your show reel, because then you're gonna have some footage that are normally pretty okay in terms of lighting, and so then like you can grade on top of it and build your portfolio quite quickly. That's how you get work. Hi Frenchie, I really enjoy your content and have learned a lot from your session. I've also created a color grading plugin called Summer Fade. Let me know if you'd be interested in exploring a collab. So it's from Cine Summer. So yeah, I mean, if you want to, send me anything, any resources about your DCTL and discussing about a collab, we can discuss about it. You can contact me on my email address. It's normally in my YouTube description. If you, it's not in my YouTube description, it's contact@frenchycolor.com, and we can discuss about it together. Um, Visual Banana, thanks a lot, Frenchy and Raphael. Yes. Uh, Dumb question. Rafa, your questions are never dumb. Don't worry. How do you deal with times? How do you? Yeah, sorry. How do you deal with times when you have finalized every project and don't have anything on the horizon? That's a great question because it's good also when you are freelancer to manage your anxiety. So there are most of the time when you are a freelancer, you're gonna have some work, and the when you finish this work, you won't be booked for the next month, for example, and you're gonna have to trust the process that you're gonna have a job next month. The thing is, in commercial color grading, it's more in commercial color grading where I have some knowledge, less in film grading. But in commercial color grading, you can have a project from day to night. So let's say, there's sometimes production houses that would call me and be like, are you free tomorrow? Or are you free in 48 hours? And so then I would take this job, and technically this is a job that I didn't really anticipate. So this is how I always tell myself, if I don't have a job that is booked for the next month, most of the time I'm pretty lucky on this. I know I'm pretty lucky on this. Most of the time I will have a job. Where you think that you won't have a job, I think it's time to deploy, like the arsenal of, putting yourself out there, which is, like posting on Instagram. But as we discussed earlier, posting on Instagram now is not enough because there's so many people that are on Instagram. So maybe posting on LinkedIn because there are more clients there. Also, I think that what could be good is just keeping in contact with production houses you work with, just like to let them know that not that you are free. Not don't let them know that you are free, but it's more like just checking with them, like what they are doing, and also like what's up with them, if they have some projects coming up, and it's good to always have the relationship pretty hot, because then they would think of you more easily, when they have a project coming up. So this is good to always have a good relationship with production houses you work with. And if, for example, there is nothing and everything is doomed, then yeah, I would say that, okay, maybe you can try to find some projects where you try to reach some Facebook groups. There are some Facebook groups like where people are connected between filmmakers, so you can post some reel from you, so some show reel or your portfolio on the Facebook group, and just tell the people that you are available from this date to this date to work. And so then I think it's also something that doesn't look too desperate when you say that you're available from this date to this date, and that won't make people feel like, okay, nobody is hiring this person and this person is too desperate for work, so I won't hire this person. Right. So then I think so either you are posting more on Instagram and then posting on LinkedIn, either you are keeping the production houses, you are keeping contact, sorry, with the production houses, or you are posting on Facebook groups to discover new filmmakers, to make new connections, and also to find some work. Small question. Oh, sorry. So, before I have a question, have you ever burnt out from color grading? Have you ever burnt out from color grading? Yes, I burnt out. I burnt out because of very unhealthy work hours and work condition. So, and it comes back to the question that Rafa had. So when you're a freelancer, you always worried that you're gonna not have grading jobs in the next days or in the next month. So when you are starting most of the time freelancing, you don't know when is also your limit. So when I started, when I was a beginner freelancer, not a beginner colorist, but a beginner freelancer, I took all the jobs I could. I was stacking jobs on jobs on jobs on jobs on jobs on jobs. And it went to a point that every day I was booked. Every day. The thing is, every day is actually, it looks super good and it looks amazing, like you booked every day. It's so amazing. And you are grading for this commercial and this commercial and this commercial and this commercial. But when you have a problem, for example, with one commercial, then it cascade and it waterfall on the other commercials you have to grade after. So you don't have any buffer time to just, adjust things. So let's say you are grading, you are grading your commercial. The client is saying, we need to adjust things, but we need to run first our commercial to the big boss, and the big boss is only available tomorrow. So then it needs to go to the big boss tomorrow, and then like we're gonna tell you the adjustment to do. Then that means that you're gonna receive adjustment only the next day. And if, for example, you are back to back to back to back to back, then the next day you can't really focus on this commercial because you are on another commercial doing another color grading session, which is very stressful, right? So then it happened that I would have some jobs because I didn't know how to manage everything. I would have some jobs where I was color grading a commercial, and after at night I needed to do the adjustment for the other commercial. And so then I would have a very unhealthy schedule because I would start my grading session, like maybe at 9 a.m. I would finish to something like 6 p.m., 7 p.m. And then I would go straight away on the other job. And so doing the other adjustments. And by doing the other adjustment, because I say, to, for example, the marketing agency or the client, because I said I was only available at night, then they would be online at night, and we would just do back and forth. And because we are doing back and forth, and everyone is tired, then the work is not efficient. And so then I would just like stay working until maybe midnight or 1 a.m. And you do this, you rinse and repeat, and you do this every day, you burn out really fast because you don't sleep at night, and you have too many projects that are going on in your brain at the same time. So it was a nightmare, So my advice for if you are starting freelancing, please be mindful of your time, and please be mindful of your energy. You don't have unlimited energy. You are not superhuman, because I paid pretty bad, this schedule, because I burnt out, and for 6 months I couldn't see a panel, I couldn't touch a panel. I was traumatized with it, and I had to go back slowly into the pool. Um, Small questions. You doing also VFX with your color grading package? No, I don't do VFX anymore with my color grading package because it's been a long time I haven't done VFX, honestly speaking. I know how to do a bit of VFX, but I did some VFX with my color grading at the beginning when I started, so which is like more than 5 years ago. Yeah. Um, what is what color space is patat? The color space of patat is being a carrot. Yes, that's the carrot 709. Um, I hope your course includes business related knowledge, such as how you, yeah. So this course that I'm preparing is about business related knowledge. So most of the class that I'm preparing is more about the business. So how to put yourself out there. Also, it's more about uh, how to talk to the client, how to run a grading session, how to be respected during the grading session, but also how to give room to the client during the grading session. And also, we're going to tackle a lot on the color theory, but on the workflow between the teams, between the editorial team and also between the online team, so VFX, etc., etc. So that's a very complete course, and honestly, we're going to be in DaVinci Resolve maybe for 30% of the class. 70% is more everything around DaVinci Resolve and things like this, because I also feel that if you are taking this class, you already know the tools in DaVinci Resolve, and so I don't need to make a run through of all the tools. It's not a beginner course. It's for people that are interested to go from pro bono jobs to um, being a pro colorist. So we're going to learn how to handle clients, how to communicate between the teams in the production, but also how to get hired, how to have recurrent clients, and also how to put yourself out there for social media, and how to recognize what is a good image, what is a bad image, all the color theory and stuff like that. Um, take. What did I do? What did I do? Oh, I don't have my chat anymore. Oh, guys, you disappeared. Let me see if I can find you guys back. Oh, what happened? Oh, I don't have a visual. What happened? What happened? I don't have a visual. I'm live. I'm still live. Okay, this is the enjoyment of the live. Okay, I found you back. I found you back. Good. So, what do we have? What do we have as questions? My Rafa, my summer sucks. Socially speaking, let's say that. Yes, me too. Don't worry. Um, ok. Comment tu fais pour garder la stab quand tu copies-colles un color grade? Uh, So how do you keep the stabilization when you are copying, so when you are copy paste a grade? So I think there is a special way to do this. I can find it with you guys because I need to refresh my memory on this. So let's just share my screen. So I think when you need to copy a stabilization, there is something to do with normally my keyframes, if I do my keyframes. So I guess, I think that was in sizing. So normally when you are grading and you are copying and pasting the stab, it should appear in sizing. And if it doesn't appear, I don't really know what is happening. Let me see if I can find something. Yeah, I think I need to explore and see about this problem. But there's a way to set your default setting to when you are copying a grade, then you are copying your stabilization. Normally, it's a default setting, but if it doesn't happen for you, I think there's something to do with the menus. So let's just I'm just gonna try to find it and come back to you about it. Da, 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 da. What's the difference between black and white exposure saturation? I have a problem with this issue. Um, So, oh, white balance. White balance. You said white balance. Okay. So what is the difference between white balance, exposure, saturation? I have problems with this issue. The difference with these is that white balance is about making your image whitish. So that means that, okay, this is the section where you are trying to make your white white. So let's say, right, I have a white shirt over here. What I'm going to do to make it white, it's already quite white, but what I'm going to do to make it white is trying to move my temperature to find, the white point. And you can see that in my waveform, my white point has been created, right? So this is like what I would do. And actually, I'm just telling you some dumb stuff because actually my white point would be the other one here. And you can see that it's not so good. So let's say that my t-shirt was my reference, but if I want to have something that is white balance, I would actually white balance from this side of the waveform because this is the most natural that I can have over here. And so this is just bringing your channel of red, your channel of green, your channel of blue together to make something white. So this is the white balance. So exposure is something else. Exposure, it's about raising the brightness of the image. So let's say I take my offset and then I raise my offset. I'm raising the exposure of my image. And you have few tools to do that in DaVinci Resolve. You have the offset tool, but you have also the global tool. And the global tool is a bit more photometric because it will keep as much as possible the original contrast of the image. So this is the exposure technically. And we have saturation, and saturation is just raising the saturation of your color, so boosting the color in your image overall. So you have saturation that is in the primary color wheel that have, a certain way of saturating the whole image. So it will saturate it in an additive way, which is adding colors, and more you add colors, brighter they get. Adding colors and making the image a bit brighter by just the nature of this saturation. Or you have the color boost is the color boost in the primaries, and this color boost is trying to prioritize the not saturated colors in the frame first, so they will saturate the not saturated colors first, and then when we arrive at a certain point, then it will saturate everything, right? So it's just a prioritization of everything. Okay, so this is the real difference between the three. Um, After, how can you measure? Okay, how can you measure the workload and price of color grading services I'm a beginner freelancer. Measuring the pricing is a nightmare. Okay, so to measure the price, I would suggest to just check what's around you first. So check what is the industry standard. Sorry, the industry standard in your country, because it really depends on your location. So what is the price of a colorist in your location? And what the colorist is doing to charge people. Are they charging per day? Are they charging per hours? Are they charging per project? So you need to determine that. And after, you need also to determine where are you in the whole market. So I'm asking this question because knowing where you are in the market is very important, because then it will also help you to put your prices and put decent prices that actually would bring people back to you. So if, for example, you are a very well-renowned colorist, your price would be way more expensive than a junior colorist, right? So because you are beginning, you need to check, of course, the how the colorists are charging in your location, but also if you have other colorists that are almost the same as you that are starting out, check what are their prices and how they charge, because it's also a good metric to know where you need to stand, in terms of price. So that's this. Also, protect yourself in terms of health, because of course maybe you're gonna do a price that is a bit lower than some run-on colorist. Of course, say yes to the client and be flexible. At the same time, don't put your health in danger. Uh, do your 8 hours of sleep, please, because it's very important to take care of your health and not be too overworked, especially for the beginning, because the beginning is actually the most difficult, because it's where you are the most anxious to land jobs, and where you are putting also a lot of efforts to find jobs. So yeah, keep also try to manage yourself and keep yourself healthy. Thank you for this AMA. Any direction you can point us for a very old analog footage? For a very old analog footage, what you can do is, maybe using the Cineon color space out of DaVinci Resolve. So, for example, right now, why do I have my curve anyway? So right now I'm having my output color space where I go from DaVinci White Gamut to Rec 709 Gamma 2.4, let's say. So I will have a footage that come, let's say, I'm just gonna remove that, and it's gonna be easier for you to understand. Let's say I have footage that come from something that is in Cineon. So then I would use my color space in I would use my color space, most of the time is Rec 709, and input gamma Cineon film log, and I would have an output in Rec 709 gamma 2.4. This is how you map normally the Cineon film log. I would then, because you have an analog, you have a LUT that actually is out of DaVinci Resolve, and that is pretty good. This is the film LUT, film LUT, film looks. These are the film looks, and these film looks are just taking the Cineon color space, which is normally what you have out of an analog footage normally, and putting it into Rec 709 with a print. So then, you're going from the Cineon The print would be a Kodak 2383 and then like output in Rec 709. So you can check in the Rec 709 LUTs if you are outputting in Rec 709. But if you are outputting in DCI-P3, then you can check the DCI-P3 LUT. So yeah, check in these because they are also very beautiful and very convenient if you have an analog footage. Yeah. Okay. Other questions? No, 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 no. Big question. How do you keep a consistent look for a commercial project, for example, with indoor and outdoor footage? You create two looks. So to keep a consistent look between footage, it will only be actually so technically your look would be the same on footage that is inside and outside. I don't modify my look. So if I create a look, I will have my look that is applied to the group. Most of the time, I would make groups per camera. It will be applied on the group, and so then I would just like correct shot by shot if, for example, I have a shot that is interior and a shot that is exterior, because I want the look to affect all my timeline, because then at least my look is consistent everywhere. And I find that not changing the look between the shots permits you to match the shots better, I would say. Granted, you need, if you are doing a look, you need the look to not be too bold in terms of breaking the image, because then like you can have the problem of like, okay, if you make a look that is harmful for the image, can work for some of the image, but after, if you are going to another scene, it's not working. So then you need to adapt what you are using as a look. So let's say, right, if you have a LUT that is breaking, then just change your LUT, because it's not worth using this LUT for a look building over timeline. Um, okay, tick tick tick. Otherwise, I'm just checking. Yes, exactly. So Rafa also brought something pretty good. If you have a true Cineon, you don't have to color manage. You can just apply the LUT. So at least you know it's already there. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Mm, mm. This big question. Most video is more for social media. Why not grade with an iPad or another device? Because most of the time, the client look on this kind of device. Okay, I have my light that just turned off, so I'm sorry. But yes, I mean this is a great point. Most of the jobs that you are doing in commercials are for a social media destination. I would always suggest, when you are grading a commercial, grade it on your color grading monitor. That's good, but always check what it looks like on an iPad. So because as you said, most of people would watch the commercial on an iPad, and if the targeted people are watching on a device, it's going to be on an iPhone or on a phone. So then you're going to have to check what it looks like, how it looks like on an iPad or on a phone. I always, send some stills on my phone to check, like my grade behavior. And if I'm satisfied with it, then I can send it over to the client. So I would suggest to do that, but still keep your grading monitor, because this is actually a good reference and a good middle ground, I would say, between all these devices. But yeah, just check, after you've done your grade, check how it behaves on an iPad or an iPhone, and then you can readjust in function of it. Um, And also, we spent 10K to buy a reference monitor. Also, the client looked the remote monitor in another device. Did you use Filmbox or Genesis? Uh, okay. So yeah, I mean, this could be quite annoying because um, this could be quite annoying because like when you invest in equipment, it's annoying to know that your grading is seen on other devices than your color grading monitor. At the same time, everything that we are doing will be watched on monitors that are a bit crappy, if you think of it. Because if, for example, I'm doing a commercial, and of course, this commercial is only a destination of TV broadcast, unfortunately, I don't have the control on how it would look like on TVs in different living rooms for just people, right? So that's the real problem with our job is that every devices are different, every deliveries are different. So does it make sense to have a color grading monitor that is expensive? And so then I would say yes. You know, it's still very good because then your craft is more precise, and at least you have an image that is consistent that you can refer to. At the same time, I understand your frustration because this is also, making me mad sometimes where actually like I'm color grading and I send over to the client and they watch, my grading like with the luminosity of their phone at the lowest and they tell me it's too dark and then like it doesn't make sense, right? So I understand you, and this is the problem sometimes that we face with remote grading. But the issue is that also since COVID, people prefer remote grading. So at the same time, we need to adapt, unfortunately. Um, Also, okay, did you use Filmbox or Genesis? Is it a good investment? So, Rafa is very biased, yes, that Genesis is amazing. So, I tried Genesis. I haven't invested in Genesis. I just tried the trial. What I appreciate with Genesis is that you can try it before you buy it, so that's good. Whereas Filmbox, technically, like you have to pay to check the plugin, right? So that's my downside with Filmbox is that you have to pay to try the plugin. I invested in Filmbox. So on Filmbox, I like what Filmbox is doing, and I like that I have the possibility to not use Filmbox as a DRT. My limit that I have with Genesis is that for the moment it can change. That's not really an issue. Maybe in the future because maybe it's going to change. But for the moment, Genesis you have to use it as a DRT, so as a display rendering transform. Uh, so you can't really use it on a Rex Redundant space, for example, or if you want to use another DRT to map your footage, because yeah, you can't use the plugin otherwise. So that's my downside of it. So for the moment, it doesn't really fit my workflow and it doesn't really fit how I like to do my grading. But I still think that it's a great plugin. So that's why I prefer Filmbox. It's because you have a bit more flexibility with this matter. Um, I use it on every job, Rafa. Yeah, yeah. So if you want to have a bit more detail on Genesis, and I think we have an expert in the chat, you can ask Rafa because I'm not so great with more details on Genesis. Have you tried the OpenDRT stick shift version? Because I would love to know what's your take on it and possibly a video tutorial on it. I haven't tried this DRT, and so then now that you are mentioning it, I'm going to try this DRT and see if it's cool or not. Yeah, I'm going to try it. Um, you can simply bring whatever your input is to something like DWG and works nicely. The only limitation is that you can't really use color management at the project level. Yes, exactly, Rafa. But you can't use JP2499 or OpenDRT either with project level. Yes, yes, exactly. So that's why for the moment I'm not orienting myself on it. I'm sure actually it's going to be solved. So I'm just waiting for it to. I'm just waiting maybe for updates on Genesis. So I think it's great. Yeah. Okay, guys, I think it's been 2 hours we are live. Insanity. I didn't see the time passing. My goodness. You guys are so cool. So, do you have any other question? Otherwise, we're gonna close the live, I think. Let me know if you have any other questions. That was a great session, guys. That was lovely. I love actually talking about stuff with you. But you know what? We haven't talked about IBC. It's quite funny, you know. We have all the questions around, but not IBC. Use whatever you want. You can create a great image. Yes, exactly. Did you know which company sell negative for DWG? I I don't know if a company is selling per se negative for DWG. If you have any info, I would love to know actually. Um, when you pass by Paris, I don't know yet. Maybe soonish. I have some jobs, so maybe when I pass by in Paris, I can tell you, Turiel. Would you use 2499 for a high key beauty commercial grade? That's Pico, I would say, for high key commercial grade because what I find great with JP2499 is that you have some shift in the colors that are very pleasing. At the same time, you have shift in the color. So I would suggest if you are doing a high key commercial, not to orient it yourself to the JP2499 because the JP2499 will affect a bit too much your skin color and would affect too much maybe your colors around, maybe your product color or anything like this. So I would say just stick with the color space transform out of DaVinci Resolve. I find that for high key beauty commercial, it's working pretty well because you are keeping kind of like the tone that the camera saw on set, and so then it's a bit more truthful for the image. And most of the time, like for a high key beauty commercial, the client don't really want any shift of color on their talent, but also on their product. Yeah. Okay, Rafa, now I'm getting out of the house for real. Yes, please, because it's been like 30 minutes. You are telling us you're going to leave. Uh, it's great. It's great to see you, Rafa. So have a great day and just have fun with your color grading endeavors. Hey Casey, how are you? Oh, so good. You are coming at the end of the live. I was about to close it. How you doing? Hope you are recovered and you are better than ResolveCon. Um, Valentin, Valentin, hey, how are you? Oh my God, Valentin. Can I grade accurately with my pink sunglasses? You know what? I love you so much. So if guys, if you don't know who is Valentin Sion, so shout out to Valentin Sion in the live because Valentin Sion is my one of my best friend, and is also we had a band together. We had a band for a long time, and we were touring together. He was my guitarist and singer, and I was the drummer singer. So, Valentin, please, I love your questions. So, can I grade accurately with my pink sunglasses? I think you can, but everything would look very green then, I guess. Um, oh shit. Sorry. Oh crap. You are still sick. My goodness. Yeah, so I think we had a very long trip. Yeah, I think this trip like was the trip of the year. Yeah. Okay, Casey, gotta go. Love you too. Yeah, have fun today. So guys, I think we are good. Do you have any other question, like a very quick question, and we can finish the live instead of greeting accurately with the pink sunglasses? Where everything's gonna be green. I think actually, okay, I just think that if you want to try a funky grade, you should try to wear pink sunglasses and a grade because I'm sure it's gonna have very interesting results, and maybe you're gonna be like super surprised on what it's gonna do. Can you make a tutorial for beauty retouch? Yes, so I can make a tutorial about this. I also made different tutorials on face refinement and how to clean the skin for beauty touch up. You have some videos. There's a series of three videos, and the third video is actually with Casey, and Casey is showing that in Fusion you can also do some cleanup and that are more advanced. So this video is really good because Casey has so much knowledge and so much wisdom. So yeah, check it out. It's really good. Do you put your film grain before or after the oddity in your workflow? So the film grain, I would put it after. That's my preference. There's some people that are putting before the ODT. I would put it after, and I think it's easier because then I can englobe everything I've done for my grade, and that's how it works for me. I know that there's some people that are putting it before. Um, yeah, I think it just depends on what you prefer in your workflow. Ah, Brian, merci pour le live. Thank you for your comments. And yeah, okay, can live in peace. Yes, yes, you doing things right. Okay, guys, that was a great session. 2 hours of life. That was really amazing and super, super cool to hang out. To hang out. Oh, my French is coming back. To hang out with you. So yeah, have fun for the day. Have a good day or have a good night, depending of where you are. And yeah, I keep you posted for the different things I'm doing. The courses I've tried to release, I think it's gonna be in October or November because I still need to reshoot some things. And yeah, if also you are French and you are interested with a masterclass, I am doing a masterclass in the south of France from the 8th of December and the 12th of December, but it's only for French people because it's only in French. So if you're interested, you can just check it out at capsusmasterclass.com. And yeah, this is all for me, guys. That was cool. I see you next time, guys. See you.